Namaste everyone. Welcome to Sujan Speaks. My name is Sujan Shah, and this is part 9 video about spreading positive emotions. And today we're going to talk about what are emotions and how emotions affect or how we deal with emotions. I know last video we spoke about how thoughts can intercept by not involving in emotions. And this time we're going to talk about emotions itself. But before we do that, there is a disclaimer that the thoughts presented in this video are all mine and not affiliated with any organization, number one. Number two, all these thoughts and opinion are based on my personal study and experience, and they do not substitute for any medical treatment or diagnosis or counseling, psychological counseling. This is not none of those. This is a talk based on my personal experience. So let's move on to the main topic. And let's give a minute. Hi, Indu. How are you? So we just covered a few of our things that we started in. Also, don't forget to follow me on Sujan Speaks, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Hi, Priyanka. How are you? Good morning. I hope things are well in Florida. So let's move on to it. I wanted to share my personal experience, and so you would understand very well and would make it very easy that how I started my journey looking at emotions. And few years back, I had some of the ups and downs in my life, as we all go through some of the emotions. And sometimes the emotions are positive, those are natural, and those are really amazing things. And sometimes they're not too good. So some are sweet emotions, some are bitter. I started asking myself a question: how can I really deal with these emotions? Because they show up, they're repeating in my mind, and they're not going away as I would like them to go away. I wanted to break that cycle. Hey, how are you, Priyanka? So I really wanted to break that cycle. So you have these emotions come into you. How do you really break those cycle of emotions? Or how do you identify those emotions? How do you see them? And how do you move beyond them? Because they're there, they're real. So I started exploring different options. I started meditating, reading a lot of material about this and a lot of things about it. And first thing came to my mind that when emotions comes from the external background, right? Hey Namita, how are you? Welcome to the live show. I hope you are doing well. So we're talking about how emotions come to your life and how we can identify ourselves or not identify, and how we can move on. So based on my personal experience, I asked myself this question: how can I let go of these emotions? So the first distinction I came to know was emotions are fast. They're automatic. They come fast and they go away fast. Unless, here's the catch. Unless our thought comes in and catch those emotions and turn them into feelings. Hello, Vajra Kumar ji. How are you? So when you catch thoughts with emotions, that's when we get into trouble. That's when we actually identify thoughts and emotions. And that's where all this trouble begins. That's where the cycle of repetitions begins. And emotions are like anxiety, fear, anger, all those sort of feelings starts rushing in. I'm sure we have these emotions. Some are positive, some are negative. Based on my personal experience, I went through these for the last few years, and for a large part, I was by myself, and I was trying to tackle with these emotions. How do I break this cycle? And when I started watching, I came to know first thing that emotions are fast. They come fast, they're automatic, and they may or may not have cognitive reasoning. So cognitive reasoning is it, which is our awareness that we are knowing them. They're partially there or not. But when they turn into feelings, feelings are completely based on our cognition. They are with our awareness, and they last longer in ourselves. Feelings stay longer. So after studying that, I came to realize one important thing, distinction between emotions and feelings. So we all get emotions every day based on external factors. And a time comes where we can intercept emotions, combination of emotions and thoughts. That's where we get into trouble. So another example is COVID-19. COVID-19 is an existential threat. This is real. So typically the COVID-19 brings on the perceptions, the senses, and senses turns into emotions. When the emotions are triggered, being fearful or afraid of death or catching an infection or existence, or thoughts come to it and they bring that up, they escalate and they make it bigger. And then there is a big conflict in our mind. What should I really do? How many times should I wash my hands? Should I put a bubble wrap around me and go out to stay away from the infection? How do you deal with it? So the shortest answer, based on my experience, is we have to intercept thoughts catching up to those emotions. So we are not celebrating or giving those emotions a chance to become more complicated in our mind. That's the primary important realization I had a few months back. And to achieve that, I had a lot of meditation, mindfulness sessions, a lot of counseling, and it helped me so much. It's not easy practice to have these two differentiated. And there's one more deeper thing I want to share is thought is when the me, you're identifying yourself with your emotions. This is not about not owning your emotions or emotionally detached. This is not what this is. We are identifying and we are saying these emotions are not me. That's the first step of keeping ourselves free from these emotions. I know there are a lot of emotion words, thought words, they're all big words, but COVID-19 is a simple example. It's an existential external threat. Our senses are giving us perception. They're creating negative emotions. You can put any example you want in this. You're trying to go for a new career. You're trying to get into a relationship. You're trying to get into anything new, which has mixed feelings, signals, stressors, and those stressors gives an emotional response in us. And that could be either very well, that you take them into the next level and act upon it, or it could be detrimental because it could have negative effects. Based on this, I hope you get a chance to look at your emotions and not combine your thoughts and get into the cycle if you don't need those kind of emotions. That's the trick. That's the message today with this video. I hope you enjoyed what I said. I hope it made sense and it was simple enough to digest. And if you have any questions, you can always drop a line, put a comment, share with your friends and family if you found this video valuable. If anybody is going through rough times, along with their help with medicine and all, this can be helpful in their homes. Like you can do something on your own. So meditation will bring this focus to differentiate and not identifying yourself with those emotions. That's the gist of the story. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had something important out of this video, and hopefully you will practice this in your life. It has benefited me, and I hope it will benefit you as well. Thanks for watching this video and spending meaningful time with me this morning. And I look forward to share more videos next time. Until then, stay safe and positive and stay away from COVID-19. Namaste.